When I'm in town and you walk this way, I know. When I'm in town and you walk this way, I know. When I'm in town and you walk this way, I know. When I'm in town and you walk this way, I know.
So, the Supermicks. Thank you so much for coming down. You guys sounded awesome.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
No worries. How was the experience in the living room?
This is great. I mean, she's going to be fuming when she gets home from work and finds a full setup in our front room. Kids will love it, but she'll go mad.
Yeah, we are very lucky to have this space. Can you tell us how you guys got started?
Well, the band's been going for a number of years now, hasn't it? But
So if we went with the name, quickly jumping all the way back. So one of the old band members that used to be with us is Jude Green, a close friend of ours. And we started out as a covers band near on 12 years ago, I would have thought. And then life got involved, kids, family, work, all that sort of stuff. And eventually it got to the point where we started again, just as a duo. And we had a drummer come in and go, and we had Greg come past. Showed up at a gig.
I just by chance went down the pub for a pint and bumped into Jude, who I went to school with. So I'd known him since I was about 10 years old. And I also bumped into his uncle at the bar. And his uncle said, as he was walking past these lot, "Yeah, Wayne, you need a bass player." Pointed at me and I was like... I
would one look at his beard and I was like, "You're in," and it was on the mic. And he's in. I don't even need to hear him play the bass.
At that point, I hadn't picked up the bass for more than 15 years.
Okay.
Same as these guys, family and bits and pieces, and just sort of got in the way. Swapped details with him, and he just pestered me constantly for about 6 months.
I'm not admitting to that at all.
So in the end, I caved in and went down and had a bit of a jam with them.
Best thing you'd ever done.
Yeah, and then a week later, I took my wife to see them at another gig.
Okay.
And Wayne introduced me as the new bass player.
I said, "Come on!"
Handed me a bass.
Nice.
And that was it. I was in the band.
What an introduction!
Just a taster. On arguably one of the most difficult tracks we play live.
Okay.
So many bits in it.
Did you at least give him the key?
No, he just knows it's a big E. Just follow the big
I
E.
rehearsed it once. So
there you go.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what you're moaning about.
And so, what about you guys?
Well,
do you want to tell your
want
origin
to take them over or
stories?
more? So it would have been So if we jump back off of that just quickly, it would be Jude, and we had another drummer come in, Curtis Ford, who we work closely with when we can. But the guys had things going on that they just can't get around, so they stepped away from the band, left us cuddling in a studio on our own for a little while. So we was like, "What are we going to do?" And then he said, "Well, my brother James loves the stuff we're doing." He said he used to play guitar. We should come down and jam. So I was like, "Absolutely." So come down, started jamming, and we just kind of thought we'll start recording and spending some time behind the scenes while we're trying to look for, we're going to need a drummer. And then one of our really close friends, Luke J. Dorman, which is his boy. Not Dan's, Dave's. Did you know about your son? No. So he says, "Look, I know my dad loves you lot when he's come down to see you a couple of times now." He said, he plays in bands, he's a lead guitarist. I was like, "Mate, if you fancy some original stuff, we'd love it." So again, just come down.
Band, he was our biggest fan.
Yeah, but arguably Vicky will kick off when she sees you.
Sorry, Vicky. Second biggest fan.
Right, so he come down for a bit of jam time. And we was like, "This is great." Of course, we're still needing the drummer at the time. We had a couple of drummers come in and out, and then at the end, we was like, Luke said, "I know a guy," or Joe Webster, a good friend of ours as well, another musician. And he was like, "Have you checked out Dan Lee Kennard? It's Dan Lee Kennard music. Have a little look." So, pinged you.
Can do, yeah, if you want to swing it that way.
He likes to swing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was going through a transition period myself, trying to find bands and settle. Some didn't really work out through like style of music. And I like blues, hard rock. That's kind of my thing. And then the band I was in before, it was kind of everyone going their separate ways and stuff. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? So I started doing like function stuff and dep in, and I was like, I'll just play where I can. And then Luke again, he sent me a message and was like, "There's a band looking for a drummer." And as you all know, you get that message all the time. Yeah. So you go, "All right, I'll have a listen." I was at home having a coffee and I put some headphones on. You sent me like a load of tracks. And immediately I was like, I already knew how the parts were going to go. And I wasn't even sat on the drums. That was it. And since then it's been like a year now, isn't it? It's flown by.
It's literally the 26th, Monday just gone. 26th of August was our band anniversary.
Oh, but yeah, but that was good.
It was quite funny the way it came about. So he sent the tracks over to Dan,
Okay.
and within about 10 minutes, he sent a video back and played a part to one of the songs. I think it was actually.
It was Let Me Know.
Yeah, Let Me Know, which is
on the EP.
one of the ones that we're releasing
So I
in a
sent
couple of
that
days. And he came back and went, something like that.
And he was like,
yes,
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's
That's
get
great.
him down. So yeah, he came down and jammed with us. And
But I've got to say the walking that he done. Like I had no history of this lad
Yeah.
at the time. I just knew his name from Facebook now.
Okay.
And then we're in the studio, aren't we? We're ready, waiting. Dan shows up and he's got a walking stick on one side of him and a bag and like a cymbals bag. He's like, all right, boys. And I was like, this is a wind up. And I no rudeness to it, but I was like, in my head, like this.
It's going to be bad.
I haven't signed up for this yet. No one told me about what's about to go on.
Yeah.
But nothing was said. We just said hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shook hands, had a laugh. You said you'd been on the tracks. We kind of just said, should we get to it? So nothing was mentioned. No
Okay.
story, no backstory of what's happened in his past or anything. And obliterated the 5 tracks. I was like, right, now, we had a couple of buds out sitting out in the garden, a couple of beers together. It was decent. And we just sat there and I was like, right, so what's happened? And then off you go.
Oh, yeah. I'm all right now, to be fair. And I fell off a balcony when I was 20.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's not a sob story. It was alcohol induced. I was at uni for the first time.
Yeah.
In Manchester, and I was more interested in the student loan and going out. Because I'm from Margate, and then finding yourself in the centre of Manchester at 18, 19 and 20.
That's a big change, isn't it?
Yeah. And when you're 18, you're only... But yeah, it went a little bit wrong, but I'm all right now. Broke a few things and woke up from a coma and all of this. Oof. But it's all right. It's okay now. I mean,
It's immense to watch you drum. Other people may look at it and just think he's incredible. But when you know your backstory, it's immense to watch what you can do on the kit.
Well, it is what it is. It was both legs got broken, both my femurs, knee. But this is a positive for it's happened 5 years ago now, and nearly losing the ability to play drums. I've been doing it since I was 3. I never really learnt. Made me realise how much I love it, not being able to do it, and that's it. This is a good time to talk about it because it doesn't upset me no more. It's fine. Just is what it is. It's one of them.
Jeez.
Stay away from balconies when you've had a few beers, I think.
Yeah. That sounds sensible.
Yeah.
We should have a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So
No drink, no drugs, no balconies. So you sorry, we've covered everybody, haven't we? Yeah, we did. You mentioned about some music. You guys have got some stuff out already. Do you want to talk a little bit about the EP? Some of the other bits?
A couple of years ago we had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose I should swing. We should swing back, shouldn't we? So our first single was Hometown.
Okay.
We put that together. That was with a couple of the older guys that were in the band. So a bit of credit to them as well. That's been out and it become a fan favourite, didn't it? It hit well.
Been out
22, wasn't it? 2022.
Okay.
December time we released that. And then February this year.
No, it's last year.
Christ, that's gone quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Of course, it was. So February last year, we launched "We Don't Need Work," which is our second single, and all of them have had the work with Louis Malagodi, the lead guitarist for Collateral. So lots of the mixing and editing went to him, and he just pillared and posted the things that we needed, and then this will be obviously. Already been and gone now, but the EP again that we're releasing
in 2 days time.
In 2 days' time, which this video won't make sense instantly to you, but stick with us.
Sorry, guys.
But it will be, he's worked with us throughout that as well. So
we really enjoyed working with Louis on the first 2 singles, and so he mixed Hometown.
Okay.
It was recorded with Kurt, and then Louis mixed it. Then Louis had a lot of involvement in We Don't Need Work.
Structurally this time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was,
and we just really enjoyed working with him. So it made sense to do the EP with him.
Yeah,
and I would say, you know, what he's done with our stuff and helped us to kind of shape the music has been incredible. The tracks as they are now, are completely different to what people will remember what we played live.
Yeah, like very
Here we
right at
go.
the beginning. Yeah, absolutely. He just kind of makes them sellable friendly, might be the wrong way, radio friendly and things like that. It's just, he makes them, rather than a bit bland or plain sometimes, we've just been playing them the way we've sort of written them.
Yeah.
And he's got an ear for the way, maybe that was the way the Collateral write their stuff or something, but he's got his own influence that he sort of says, we'll try this. But he's not afraid to try something, and then he'll be like, even little bits he'll say to. We left one bit, and it was what he was saying when it like Nickelback, he sort of vibe to it, and he was like, it works, but it don't work. And anyway, by the end of the day, he was like, just leave it with me for a week or whatever, and I'll decide it. And I went there, and the first thing he goes, yeah, it didn't work. I was like, no, that's fine, that's cool.
We had loads of bits
Yeah, but he's on it.
good.
It's like he never forced anything. He was like, he's brilliantly methodical.
Even,
with it.
even
It's
the
great.
stuff like the raw tracks that were put together as like a demo, like the drums, the bass, and demo vocals, it just changed completely. By the time we had the track laid down and everything was mixed, it just sounded so much better.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Sometimes having like an external person's
Yeah,
input
absolutely. Yeah, that
does
was
make a
what I
big
was gonna
difference,
get
because
onto.
they sort of go, calm it down here, but then add bits there, and then you sort of go, this is
That's
so cool.
it's
Well,
been
that's it.
needing this
Yeah.
sort of
It's,
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
with the bass lines, it kind of he got me to simplify a lot of what I was playing because I
Okay.
was trying to overplay in places.
But then when you do your technical bit, they flare up
Stands out.
perfectly. It's really great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simple is so much better sometimes. So much better.
Especially in a band like this too. 'Cause
Yeah.
when
It's
there's-
got it's times for it to be heard,
when
isn't
there's
it, as
three
well?
guitarists,
Yes,
it can get quite muddled if you've got too much going on. So
Yeah, I
actually
agree.
separating out the parts and having really distinct sounds that come through, it's really helped us. Kind of.
Yeah. Well, when we then try to put it in from what we've then recorded, I know we're then waiting to relearn our own bits as such. But then when you do it live, it actually starts to vibe a bit easier as well.
Yeah. So where you guys? So you use 3 guitars when you do live. You use bass, you use drums, and
Yeah.
1 vocal. Do any of you ever do backing vocals?
No, we've been
or-
talking about it though.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Because again, that's a whole nother thing where it can
it's-
get
it's-
overcomplicated.
And it's just, and the other thing is time to get, because we're very aware we've been playing the stuff that everyone kind of loves for a year now, so we know we've got a bit of time set aside to now start cracking on with new stuff and then getting the work out and getting those out, and so the next year is the new, you know.
We've been gigging a lot this year and kind of building sort of our name around, particularly around the local area in our little pocket of Kent.
Yeah.
And I think with the EP coming out, we'll now have an opportunity to take a bit of a step back and work on producing new music.
Yeah, new music, a bit of presence, and
Nice. So it's interesting you
some
say that actually,
bigger
because
gigs, hopefully.
so I love doing a lot of like studio stuff, just the whole sort of plugging the microphones in and then having something that's there forever. I love that.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys prefer studio stuff to live stuff, or is it mostly
He's
live
he's
stuff?
great in it.
He's
I
very
like.
comfortable in the studio.
I do enjoy it. Yeah.
Nice.
It's, I just like the quality. You can get
Yeah.
into the parts a bit more.
I'm the same. It's
But I love performing it too.
Yeah.
But you never know if you're going to be able to hear yourself or whatever.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
But the studio, I really enjoy it. Yeah. And obviously, trying to do session work, you've got to be efficient. Get it
Oh
quick
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it just makes you think just how good some of the guys back in sort of the 60s and 70s actually were,
Yeah.
especially recording to tape. Digital
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so easy now, because even if I mess up this interview completely, we just like, boop, just do it again.
Or you can segment bits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could just chop it. It'll be fine.
blemish a bit here and there.
Cut me out completely.
It's just efficient. It's financially efficient too. Because you don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
You don't want to waste time in there, do you?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, are any of you full-time musicians?
No.
Full time in the
well,
industry,
Yeah.
as such. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
because you.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
Regular than it used to be. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Nice.
Not just performing, the stage crew work is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And helping out
I've learnt a lot
rehearsals.
doing that. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just trying to.
Learning how to set up and tear down in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which again, for someone such as yourself playing drums, is
Yeah.
actually pretty fucking important.
That's what I've learned. I've learned a lot of things like that about mic placement.
Yeah.
And I only get to see a free gig. I saw Busted the other day from nothing.
Nice.
Well good, mate. Yeah. That's why I was doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Busted. Dad joke warning.
So, in terms of music, are you guys all into kind of the same stuff, or is one of you a bit of like a red herring where you're super into jazz or something like that?
It's
There's a real mix
nice
between-
current between it all.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, if you chucked a couple of your favourites out,
So I kind of grew up on sort of the grunge scene.
Okay.
My dad played Nirvana when I was, well, I suppose about 13.
Okay.
And that really stuck with me. And then I went down that rabbit hole of, Screaming Trees, Mark Lanigan,
Okay.
Alice in Chains in particular, and then off into sort of the post-hardcore sort of era.
Okay.
A little bit emo at times. Hot Water Music and bands like that, which
Wicked.
really kind of resonated with me.
Nice. What about yourself?
yeah. So growing up, on the rock side of things it would have been Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and Queen. Massively Queen because my dad drummed it into me. Get on with listening to
Fantastic
that.
band, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, there was worse bands out there to be listening to, definitely. And then up to like my own, if I can pick my own now, rather than bullied into it as a kid. It's my two main would be Foo Fighters and Chris Stapleton, which is where
ridiculous.
it's exactly
So
that.
good.
So the mixture to, like say, the country rock vibe,
Yeah.
Blemish is lovely.
Have you seen his rendition of Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl?
Oh my goodness.
It's like the most American thing ever. You've got people crying. There's
Yeah.
like eagles soaring
wiping
over
their
the
eyes
jets.
with their
You're just like,
starred
what is
flags.
happening?
Honestly, I'm taking the wife to see him
Are you?
in October. Yeah.
Very jealous. What about
Luckily,
you
she
guys?
knows. Otherwise, she would now.
Yeah, well, I'm same as Greg really because we grew up together.
Okay.
So we listened.
Sort of electronic rock.
Now I listen to like loads of different stuff like
Okay.
like synthwave and bit of jazz and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, like really sort of loads of different sort of stuff now. But I still
Good.
listen to all the old stuff that I used to. Queens of the Stone Age, I'm massively
Queen's of Stone
into.
is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really
We
cool.
used to go and see like Modest Mouse and Bill
Modest
Steele,
Mouse, yeah.
bands like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
Yeah,
What
still
about
love all
yourself?
that.
Is that mic in the right place?
It will be.
I've not made this any easier. Like I was like, oh right, we'll save passing the mic round. Now we're wobbling a mic. Take it off if you need to. Just whatever's
Right,
easier.
if you can hear me. So, okay. What was it? Musical influences.
Yes, yeah.
For drums, it all started. It was my dad's fault. He showed me Led Zeppelin when I was about
Oh, fantastic.
when I was about 2, 3, and then from there on, Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
AC/DC, Motorhead,
Okay.
and I really like funk style drumming, like Tower
Yeah.
of Power, David Garibaldi. And I love Toto as well.
Yeah.
Jeff Porcaro. Some of the
Unreal.
yes, from about 17 to 20, I was working on that shuffle technique, which is nice, and that shows itself in a million things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like putting a in sort of subtle shuffle, but into a massive hard rock song.
Nice.
There you go. That's about it for me.
Nice.
Oh, and Airborne as well. They're just, mate, they're the best.
I think we're saving it to last.
Oh, mate, I won't shut up if I talk about them. So moving on.
Well, I'm obviously a lot older. So yeah, so but
1920s era.
yeah, no. But, I mean, I grew up with the Beatles and the Stones.
Okay.
I
if you
was
had to
heavily
choose?
into like Slade and people like that, and
Yeah.
T-Rex and Sex Pistols. I love the Sex Pistols.
Okay.
And then,
You're a proper punk rocker.
yeah, really, yeah, I am.
Were you,
Because
so
of Clash.
were you more of Beatles or Stones, or was it? Just
I was
an
more of
equal
a Beatles fan, really.
Okay,
yeah. But
nice.
I got more into the Stones later on. Really. Thin Lizzy,
Yeah.
you know, all those great bands. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bad,
Yeah.
Bad Company, you know, those sort of bands.
Yeah. Yeah. Any of you guys sort of into like ska, into reggae, any stuff like that?
Oh, I used to love reggae when
Yeah.
I was younger as well. Yeah. So yeah, I was listening to reggae when everybody else was listening to Led Zeppelin. So, so
Well,
Yeah,
Toots and the
it's-
Maytals, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peter Tosh. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. It's amazing just like when you talk to people about their musical influences and then you sort of see the music that comes out of it and you just go, all right, I can, having heard what you guys are into, I can sort of pick up little bits. So Guns N' Roses definitely, sort of like Airborne as well, and you can just hear little bits. Like the shuffle, like you said, Toto. Yeah, it's just like little bits that you sort of go, okay, yeah, I see where that's come from.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's that actually when you polish a track together and then play it live, when you get it right, it feeds to quite a massive audience.
Yeah.
With masses of ages as well, which we've proved time and time again. You go somewhere and you'd be like, this looks like a bingo hall. We're going to be this is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And then you'll play it, and they'll be like, they're livelier than the last one. You're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
They're going nuts. And they're like, and then like Luke's the same. Like Luke says it to me. He's like, don't doubt yourselves. And I'm like, I don't. It's not really doubting, but I look at the audience and I think, I hope they're going to love
We turned
it.
up and it was
The pavilion.
Yeah,
Massive, all the tables, all
audience
sitting down.
Average age was probably around about 60.
900.
yeah.
and it was though. Do you remember?
Yeah, we all kind of looked at each other and thought, this
Is going to
gonna
blow
go down.
them away.
We're
Like some
allowed-
of them
we're
might
allowed
die here today.
live. We quite often get asked to turn down, and we thought, there's going to be people covering their ears and rolling on the floor, bleeding. And stuff like
No,
that.
so it's Pavilion and Mind the Gap, which was even smaller.
Yeah.
The smaller
Right.
venue was like a micro pub, and it was brilliant.
And
Like,
the reception
literally.
we got there was great.
Was
People
literally
absolutely
brilliant.
Loved it.
And then, like Luke says, that he's like, yeah, but their age, they grew up listening to like Ozzy Osbourne and what have you. He says, stop worrying about it, just smash it out, and they'll love it. And you're
Got
like,
to give a big shout out to Luke J. Dorman. Actually.
yeah, massively.
Because he's helped us out hugely.
So he's
the
another
last couple of
big
years.
artist down our area, massive, and he's always got a hand out to help. It's massive. I wouldn't say it's because his dad's in the band, because of course he came along and said, "He's my dad, throw him in your band." So he's been there from right at the beginning with all of us as a five. It's
and
brilliant.
also, someone else to mention is my wife. She does all of the stuff behind the scenes. She's pretty much kind of manages us.
She's the grown up of the band.
Makes a lot of the adult decisions, and tells us.
There needs to be someone like that in every single band. And believe it or not, a lot of the time it ends up being the drummer for some reason. I don't know why.
That is not the case.
Clearly, it's not for this band, but just like for some reason, a lot of the time, like the person that does the books or someone that does the stuff is the most mental person in the group.
Yeah, and they're like, give him.
Yeah, it's just
Give
how?
Captain Tourette's it right now. Just give him all of the stuff. And you're like, oh.
But it's so important because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that nobody sees. No one sees all of the hard work that goes into. Like, let alone the bare minimum thing is the amount of rehearsal time that goes in a lot of the times.
Yeah, that's a major one.
Yeah,
Get a lot of comments how tight we are.
that's good. Yeah, that is good. It does show. It does show. I won't keep you guys for too much longer. But if you guys have got any social media links, anything like that, now is the time. If you've got any bits that you want to plug, or if you've got any music that is out on any platforms, by all means. I've definitely not made this easy.
Do you know what? Let's just do it like this.
off a right on you.
About the whole thing. And, yeah.
Oh, here we go. There we are.
Right. So so you can actually hear what I'm saying.
Can't hear it from that beard.
So I have to deal with this on a daily basis. So all of our stuff is across all major social media platforms.
Okay.
So Facebook, look up the Supermicks, MICKS, not MIX.
None of this MIX stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a link tree. So if you go to our website, supermix.co.uk, there's links to all of our pages, YouTube. Our singles are on there. There's lots of videos, bits and pieces, links to.
Gig guide as well.
Yeah.
Gig guide page that
Awesome.
Jackie updates for us.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff on YouTube. We've got our EP, which will be out by the time everyone's seen this video. So that's called Found Me.
And a video
That's the-
on YouTube for that.
Yeah, we've got to get into
Nice.
I'm like the wife when she's not here.
that. So yeah, there'll be a video on YouTube, and it's a 4-track EP. It's sounds really good.
And a big
So-
shout out to Dave Rogers.
Yeah, Dave Rogers, who did the video for us, Louis Malagodi, who produced and mixed and recorded all of the stuff with us.
Fantastic.
Who else? Who else do we need to big up for this one?
Jason Fry for the drums.
Jason Fry
Yes,
recording the drums.
absolutely. Jason Fry,
Sean
Century
for
Audio.
the production as well, because he done the final mastering.
Yeah, absolutely. What's his production company called? I can't remember.
I can find
You'll have to
it.
cut
Makes-
this bit.
It makes sense to do that, doesn't it, to be fair?
Yeah,
Make sure I get it right. Is it SDR?
that's it. SDR. Yeah.
I didn't even
So-
look it up yet, I'm proving it.
But yeah, you can find all of our music on Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes. You can purchase our stuff.
SDR Audio Production. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's the one.
He's done all of our tracks, including
Wicked.
as far back as Hometown and We Don't Need Work, because they both went through him as well after Louis.
Fantastic. Okay, well, chaps, thank you so much for coming down. It was a pleasure. Hope to have you guys back at some point soon.
Absolutely, we'd love
Sweet.
it.
Absolutely.
Cheers, fellas. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I feel free when I cut my ties with you. Now I've seen every time you bend the truth. All went wrong. Baby, I knew all along. Now it's time. You to hear what's on my mind. What's on my mind? Real about it, 'cause I've been need of help. Never allowed it, 'cause you just saved yourself. Time moves on. Baby, I knew all along. Forgive, but I can't forget what you've done. It all went wrong. Baby, I knew all along. Now it's time for you to hear what's on my mind. What's on my mind?